There's been an increase in the number of reports of sexual assaults in Missouri. 5 were reported just over this past weekend, 15 so far in the month of April. Jessie Funk works with the Metropolitan Organization to Counter Sexual Assault, or MOXA, and joins us here today. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, thank you.
We're talking about April being Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so we really want to raise awareness, let people know about the resources available in their community. MOXA is one of those resources. What kinds of services do you provide?
Correct. Well, we provide a variety of services, primarily focused on advocacy for going to the hospital with victims, providing additional resources and support throughout the criminal justice process, or our therapy and treatment programs, both for adults and for children, to help them along with the healing and recovery process following the trauma of a sexual assault. But we also have a large component of education and outreach programs as well, because we want to make sure that we can focus on prevention in addition to providing services for people who have experienced sexual violence.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, fortunately, it's kind of hard to say which one it is. You've seen an increase in the number of reports. Now, on the one hand, that can be interpreted as there are more sexual assaults. On the other hand, it could be interpreted as more people are choosing to come forward and report. Right. Where do you kind of see that?
You know, it's hard for us to say whether there is an increase in the actual number of sexual assaults that is occurring, but my hope is that it's actually an increase in people knowing that there's help out there. There's oftentimes been a sense of kind of silence and fear about talking about the issues of sexual violence. And so MOXA does a lot to try to increase awareness about the fact that there are resources available. In fact, last year we reached over 60,000 people in the community with our education, outreach, and prevention programs. So my hope is that people are just aware that there are resources out there and that they know that it's not their fault and that they can come forward.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, is I think people sometimes maybe choose not to come forward because they're afraid of the judgment.
Absolutely.
Nobody ever asks for something like this to happen. But what are some things that we can do ourselves to prevent an assault from happening?
Sure. Well, I think the most important thing to know is that the vast majority, approximately 90% of perpetrators, are known to the victim. So this is usually someone that the victim is familiar with, or at least an acquaintance of the victim. So knowing that it's not necessarily a stranger that we have to be careful around, but also that we just need to be sure that we are being intent on listening to our intuition and just really being comfortable and knowing that if we feel uncomfortable, we can ask for help. Especially as bystanders. I hope that more people in the community know if they see something that looks wrong, you know, to check in on that person and make sure everything's okay. All
right. Well, Jessie, do you have a website that you can share with our viewers?
Absolutely. Our website is mocsa.org. That's moxa.org. And I encourage people to check. We have information about a wide variety of our events during Sexual Assault Awareness Month, as well as volunteer opportunities and service information.
All right. Jessie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.